Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Lily, and I am so happy that you are here with me. I hope you all find yourself well today. In today's video, I am going to do a flip through of not just one or two or three, but 5 new Christmas junk journals. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. In the previous video, I kind of gave you a sneak peek and showed you one Christmas junk journal. And I told you that I was working on 13. So I finished the first 5 and I am going as fast as I can. But I also had to slow down because I don't want to skimp on anything. I want to make sure that I take my time and add all of the things that I enjoy adding to all of my junk journals. Those are my hurrah, hurrah hands because I'm so excited that I finished 5 of them. And I'm going to do this flip through. The very first one, I'm going to be more thorough with all of the details in the junk journal. And then the others, I'm just going to flip the pages, okay? So let me tell you, the base for all of these is food packaging, cereal boxes mainly. And then the top is made from gift packaging. If you've watched my other Christmas Christmas junk journal videos, I made some in August earlier this year out of gift boxes that I had left over from Christmas 2021. And this year I went out and I purchased more Christmas boxes to use for Christmas gift giving, but I also bought a few extras so that I can make some toppers for these Christmas junk journals. I just can't get enough of these, you guys. They are perfect and they are beautiful. The graphics on them I absolutely love. So right here I am pointing out that I did stitching. There is zigzag stitching on the front and on the back, and I used gold thread for the outside cover. And let's see what else. I don't want to miss anything, but if I do, let me know down below if you have any questions, okay? I'm also going to link all of the information relevant to these junk journals down below. For example, the ones that I made in August and a few other flip throughs that are very similar to this. And then I will try to list a lot of the products that I used, a lot of the supplies that I used for these junk journals. They all have been reinforced with some fabric on the spine. And this makes it nice so that it is flexible. They all have a cute little dangle, which I have attached with this clip. And on that clip, I glued a cute little bow. The dangles are removable. I used to attach them, just tie them around the clip, but now I just attach them. So if you don't want it to be a permanent fixture on your junk journal, you can remove it. By the way, these junk journals will be available for purchase on my Etsy shop this Saturday, December 10th in the morning. I haven't decided what time yet because I still have to do all the things that I need to do to list them, you guys. But I thought I would upload the video first. I've usually done it backwards in the past, but I think I'm giving this a try, releasing the video and then listing the junk journals in my Etsy shop. So all 5 will be available on Saturday morning. If you have any questions, please let me know down below. And I will have all of that information linked in the description area. Someone just recently asked me about the eyelets that I use. These are my favorite eyelets. I use them in all of my junk journals. They are by We Are Memory Keepers, WRMK, and they are the wide eyelets. And they come in an array of colors. And I usually order mine from Simon Says Stamp, but they were out. And so I went over to scrapbook.com and I ordered them from there. Whew! Lots of stuff. I don't want to miss anything. So much detail. I've added beads to the strings in the center of the signatures. They all 5 of these have the same ribbon. Now this was wired ribbon, but I pulled the wire out. And now it's nice and soft and pliable. So I did that with all of them. I'm pointing down below to let you know that I have links down below to other videos and also my Etsy shop. The link will be down below. But again, just make a mental note that these will not be available until the morning of Saturday, December 10th. Okay, So we've opened it, and oh my gosh, they are so beautiful. This poinsettia cardstock is one of my favorites. I am running super low, and it is nice and sturdy so that it adds firmness to the cover. And let me tell you that there are about 4 or 5 layers on this cover to make it nice and sturdy. The pocket I am showing you is made from acetate, and it has a beautiful red velvet design. It has beautiful velvet texture on it. And I was a little bit hesitant to use it because I wasn't sure how I was going to glue it down. But I'm trying out a new glue, and I really like it. It is called Crafter's Pick. And I discovered it at Hobby Lobby, and it was only $5.99 for a bottle. And I think the bottle is, I'm not even going to guess. I don't know. But I do show it to you later in the video because I have to make some repair work. Now, did you watch my previous videos, you guys? It's going to be linked down below where I make these cute gingerbread Christmas house envelope pockets. These are my signature little houses. I add them to all of my junk journals. I have been doing this for several months now. And then I attach it with a paper clip that has little dangles. And this one has a cute little candy cane charm, a Christmas light, and a jingle bell attached to a garment pin onto that paper clip. And it's a large gold paper clip. This is a pretty decent size envelope pocket. And so the little mini gold envelopes that I usually use just won't hold up. And so I like to use these larger clips. They are so cute. They are floating pockets. You can use them for journaling, and you can tuck away letters, notes, tags, pictures, anything you want. It is a pocket. You can even remove it and share it as a gift if you like. These were so much fun to make, and these are gingerbread theme. The video will be linked down below. I am including a prayer card, you guys. I purchased this at a Catholic bookstore in California several years ago. And so each journal will have a nice little prayer card in there. And this one is a prayer for peace. So I hope you enjoy reading that. I wish all of you peace this holiday season. I've used scrapbooking papers from my stash. There are a few that I did purchase, but most of them, 99.9% of these papers are from my personal stash, papers that I've collected over many, many years. These are the little mini gold clips that I like to use, and those I purchased in the office supply section at Target a while back. A mini envelope, which I cut from a Tim Holtz die cut, one of the latest releases of dies that he had. It is the mini envelope, and I also die cut some of the note cards that I put in there. And then I added a candy cane sticker with a Tim Holtz word. Super cute. And it looks lovely, just clipped over the top of that page. This little door, oh my gosh, so cute. I have been adding them in, I'd say, most of the junk journals that I have made recently. And these are so much fun. I've die cut these out of glitter paper, and I've left the top unglued so that I could tuck in a nice little tag. That door is so cute. You can put a picture. You can glue a picture down behind the door. You can do some private journaling on there, or just leave it as it is. It is so cute. It is a nice little touch to this page. Look at that. And that is a die cut wreath from a Tim Holtz framelit or a die. And also that little red bow is from a hand punch, also a Tim Holtz product. Every single pocket that is in the journals, these rectangular ones and the triangular ones, the corner pockets, all have machine stitching on them. And they have been glued down to the pages, but they do have machine stitching. And I just love the texture that the machine stitch gives and the look, and it is just beautiful. And then I just wrapped or folded over one of the doilies from my own personal stash. I say personal stash, but you know, everything is from my own personal stash. These gift tags are inexpensive but super cute gift tags that I picked up at Dollar Tree early in the season. These went so fast, and I only picked up one package. I love them so much. They are so cute. A way to embellish inexpensive items is to add your own little embellishments. So I just added a nice little epoxy star on one of those trees just to give it some bling. I have included a journaling card from mixed media paper, and I use a stamp from Stamping Bella. Stamping Bella is a company that I discovered just recently, and they have become some of my favorite stamps ever, you guys. I love them so, so much. And these are beautiful. They're on blue rubber, but the drawings, the images are so stinking cute. So I stamped this Christmas girl, and it reads there, Dear Santa, define naughty. I think that's what it says. I'm not wearing my glasses, so it says define good is what it says. So it is stamped with archival ink onto that mixed media paper so that you can color it and embellish it and turn it into a beautiful, colorful journaling card. This is Snowman note paper that I just folded over that page, and you can use it so that you can write lists on it or notes or journaling. I embellished this tuck with square scraps of paper that I embellished with some washi tape and a little bow to make it look like a present, and then added some Tim Holtz words. And those were literally scraps from the offcuts from all of these papers that I have used, and then just turned those into little presents. This is a Rolodex card from a Heidi Swap framelit, and then each junk journal will have a guest check, and I stamped that Santa. It is a Tim Holtz Santa, and I also stamped him with oxide, the Tim Holtz oxide ink. A little cluster I made from the scraps, from the Christmas scraps, again, just random. There is packaging to give it some sturdiness, old book page, old music page, and then just leftover strips of fabric. And then I ran a zigzag stitch right down the center, and I glued the bottom so that it can be used as a tuck spot. And these are vellum quotes that I have had for many, 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 many years. Many years, you guys. And that is really cute right there. Chocolate chips. You know, my middle daughter makes chocolate chip cookies that are my absolute favorite, but my youngest daughter makes them too. Oh my gosh, they both are such great bakers. Here is the center of the first signature. I love this paper, you guys. I only had one sheet left, and so to make it work for 2 junk journals, I just cut it right down the middle so that it is 6 inches tall and then the 12 inches wide to fit perfect in this junk journal. There is a die cut wreath that is also a Tim Holtz die, and it is beautiful. There are a lot of other components to this wreath, but I just used a few of the layers and I love it. I added a little bow and some gems as added embellishment. And then I also added a little glitter wooden deer on the left-hand side. I love this center page so much. And then I remembered not to glue down the entire wreath so that it can be used as a tuck spot. Here are some beautiful beads. They are iridescent, plastic, glass, wooden beads in the center of each signature. And the beads are the same in all of the junk journals. Now, I like to flip one over the top and let the other one from the second signature dangle at the bottom. This way they don't get tangled up. Here is something fun. This is a Regency folded letter. And I'm going to show you, stick around because at the very end I'm going to show you how I created these. And I watched a video and I loved this folding. I was looking for ways to be creative with my folding papers like origami. And so I did find this Regency style folded letter. And then I also made some faux wax seals with my glue gun, and then took my favorite gold wax and burnished it on there, and then attached the faux gold wax made from glue gun with a dot of glue gun. glue faux wax seal attached with glue gun. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And I'm showing you that that wax is burnished on there, and so it did. I was afraid it was going to leave some residue on my hands, but it didn't. That stuff is dry, 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 dry. Each junk journal will have 2 sets of these grouped tags. These tags are from a Tim Holtz die. And then I also added a punched out star. And then you'll notice that each of my tags has a reinforced has been reinforced with a little reinforcer. And I did that to every single tag that I made. And then there is a little bulb pin with a jingle bell dangling from one, and then a charm will be on the second set of tags. This is a poinsettia and holly die cuts, which I have cut from a Tim Holtz die or framelits. The same with this coin envelope pocket, also another Tim Holtz product. Gosh, I love Tim Holtz and his products. I really do. They are so fun and versatile. But this is what it looks like when I first die cut it, and then I just folded it and added some acetate to give it a little window. Can also be sealed and turned into a shaker pocket if you want to do that. And I think I meant to put some sequins in these little pockets and I just spaced it. So if I remember to do that, I will throw in a little bit of sequins in there so that it gives the look of a shaker pocket. And I'm not going to seal it. I'm just going to clip it with that paper clip. So I'm going to make a note to do that. So just keep that in mind that that will happen. Excuse me. Let's see. Oh, these all of these junk journals, let me get back to the size in just a moment. I want to show you how the center has a nice little gap, which maybe is about 1/2 inch. The reason I do this is so that there is room for your journal to expand. So once you add your ephemera and your pictures and recipes and just all your goodies and treasures into the journal, there's room for growth. That's what that is. Here is my favorite element in these journals. On the very front cover of the second signature, you will see that large snowflake, and it is a Tim Holtz die. And then those rosettes are purchased. I didn't make them this time only because I was limited in time, but I really wanted to give it that rosette look. And so each journal has that in the front of the second signature. I have added a side tuck, only one to each of the journals, and it'll either be in the front or the first or the second signature. And here's a nice little trick. I cut a strip of paper, which is 4 inches wide, and the length of the journal, which is 8.5 inches. And then I just fold it over one of the pages, and this makes it super easy. So then you have a tuck on 2 sides. Yes. Makes it super easy. Super fun. Instead of cutting just one narrow strip of paper and only having a tuck on one side, now you have a tuck on both sides. Super easy. And then I've just added a little paper clip there. It helps keep the items that you tuck away in place so that they don't fall out in case it's loose. Plus the paper clip looks really cute there. Here is the second grouping of tags, and that red one is made from felt. And I first did this in the fall junk journals. I had some felt and it cut perfectly with the die. And so now it's a thing that I'm going to do with a lot of the tags, is just cut a felt tag. And then there's a nice little tuck made from artisan paper, and I can't remember which store I picked up that artisan paper. It could have been from Joann's or even Hobby Lobby, but it is beautiful. It feels like handmade paper. And here's something fun. I've had these vellum sheets in my stash for a very long time. They're actually for wedding card invitations. And I glued it at the top, added a little bow, and it's also a tuck spot, so you can tuck a picture underneath or some journaling that you don't want to be quite visible. Lots of things. You can get really creative with that. A little game card from a matching game. I bought this so that I can play matching game with my youngest granddaughter. We lost a bunch of them, so these are the ones that were left over. And so they're no longer matchy-matchy. Another corner tuck with one of my little DIY presents. These are postcards. They used to be plain white. I bought them several years ago at Michael's, and I coffee dyed them. And then I also, using a Tim Holtz die, I made these mini file folders and then added some Tim Holtz words at the tabs, and then a Santa die cut, which I purchased at Hobby Lobby last year. I love that little Santa face. I need to go before Christmas and check to see if there are any more left. I need to restash my supplies, you guys. I've used up a lot of supplies. Lots of cute details, lots of elements, lots of embellishments that I have used in these junk journals. Lots of great little detail. Did I tell you guys I'm working on 13? So they're taking some time, to make. And I'm going as fast as I can. I'm putting in about 6 to 7 hours into these journals, into my, creative making every single day. Plus, I have my other work that I need to also dedicate some time to. So, yes, keeping really busy right now. I'm only hoping, fingers crossed, that I finish the other journals. My plan was to release all of them at the same time. But then as I'm getting now, we're almost in the middle of the month, I'm like, I can't. I need to release a few of these. So if you are interested in purchasing these before Christmas, I will have some available for you. I will finish the others as soon as I can. I will try to have them up before Christmas, but I'm not guaranteeing anything. It all depends on time, and but they will be available as soon as I finish them. Okay, so I'll just have to release them as I finish them. A cute little vintage postcard. Well, no, it has the look of a vintage postcard, but it's actually from 2006. So not quite vintage, but it looks like it is, and it's so cute. And that was for my own personal, again, saying personal stash. It is my personal stash. They're all my personal things. They're all my treasures. My treasures, my treasures. And here is a cute little greeting card. Also, greeting cards that I've had for some time now. And it is fun to be able to glue the flap onto the page and have it as a flip. And those are inexpensive stickers that I also picked up at Dollar Tree. Some of these papers go way back from when, from Stampin' Up! Days a long time ago. Oh, here is a new addition to my Christmas junk journals. It is a stocking die that I purchased from Stampin' Up! 10 years ago. And I don't think I ever used it. I can't ever remember using it, but here it is. I'm using it as a tuck spot. It is so cute. And I embellished with some die cuts from Tim Holtz dies, the poinsettia and the little pine branches. And then I used my white pen, gel pen, to add those little highlights. So stinking cute. At first, I thought it was going to be too large for the page, but it turned out looking really nice. The back of every cover of the junk journals will have a large vellum envelope with a note card in it, and then embellished with my DIY Christmas trees. All I did is I cut triangles from the offcuts and the scrap paper, and then glued them down and added an epoxy star. And then the envelope is not sealed completely. It does have a little tuck on the right-hand side. So I placed that artisan paper so that you can clearly see that it is a tuck spot. So cute. And this vellum envelope and that note card are from a Heidi swap set that I have had for some time now. So cute. Did you know, also pointing out the photo corners, I always say photo corners. I mean book corners are Tim Holtz book corners, and they all have a book corner. And I can't remember if they all have the Tim Holtz book corners or some may even have Oh, like this one. Perfect timing, you guys. I segued right into this. These have the metal applique heart corners, which are beautiful. Here is a nutcracker dangle. Also, not permanently attached. It is just clipped on there with that bowl clip at the top. I'm showing you the stitching all around and the different papers that I'm using. The ribbon is the same. For a long time, I didn't buy wired ribbon because I honestly didn't know what to do with it. And then one day I thought, well, what if I take the wire out? Then it's more friendly for junk journals. So that is what I have done. I didn't do a lot of embellishment to the covers. They didn't need it. They are beautiful as they are. The snowman on the front cover is beautiful. I did add a couple of snowflake sequins to the front. The papers will vary in these journals because there were some, I only had single sheets of some of them. So you'll notice an array of scrapbooking papers different from others that I've used. And they are not all necessarily Christmas. Very few are Christmas papers. I went through all of my scrapbooks and I pulled papers that I felt would work perfectly in a Christmas junk journal. So if you don't have any Christmas paper, just go through your stash of papers and you can use anything for Christmas. Anything. As long as, it doesn't have like Happy Easter and things like that, it doesn't have the themes for others. But just go through your stash, and the embellishments and that are included in the journals are all the same. So they will all have, for example, the Rolodex cards, little gift tags, the wreath in the center of the first signature. They'll have the mixed media Christmas tree girl that you can color. They all have one of these mini file folders. So they all have the same. They all will include one of these guest checks and a coffee dyed postcard. What will be different are the papers. The papers are different because if I was limited with a certain design, I had to pull, from other paper pads and just other scrapbooking papers. But they all are very, very similar. If you have any questions about any of the products that I have used, just ask me down below. I'm trying to cover as much information as I possibly can. Oh, I was going to talk about the sizes of these junk journals. They are 8.5 by 6 inches, and most of them have, no, I think they all do. They all have about a 2-inch spine. My favorite size spine is 1.5. And I will go up to 2 inches, but I won't go wider than 2 inches. It's just too much. So all of them, 2-inch spine and 8.5 inches tall and 6 inches wide. They all have the same dimensions, and they have two signatures and approximately 80 pages, not including that envelope that has been stitched in the signature. And I'll point out that envelope. We just passed it, but that envelope was a yard sale find from my sister. So she came across a nice find at a yard sale, and it was, she had enough to be able to share with me. So that was very nice of her. So you'll see, I show you the beads. I just want to show you that the beads are all similar. And when I'm working on these journals, I go through them several times to make sure I didn't miss anything, you guys. Like 3, 4, 5 different times, just making sure that everything I want to add in the journals is in there. And even then, I will miss a paper clip. I will miss a ribbon on a paper clip. Notice how every single paper clip in the junk journal will have a ribbon tied to it. And if it doesn't, it will. If I missed one, I will fix it. And then the other thing, let's see, anything else that they all have? They all have one of these vintage playing cards with a bird. They all have one of these flip out pockets, and each journal will have two sets of these grouped tags, one of them with a jingle bell and the other with a charm, with a metal or like a metal charm. The charm will vary. Some of them will be a candy cane, others will be a pine cone. I think there might even be a snowflake. I don't remember, but you'll see they're all a little bit different. I'm going to take a sip of my tea. I'm feeling a little itch in my throat, and I hope it's not a big deal. Maybe it's just from all the talking I do all day long. I hope you enjoy these flip throughs. Notice how with these I am just turning the pages. Oh yeah, look, they're twins. Yes. Well, kinda. They're twins with their own personality. I had two of these covers, but they're a little bit different. You can see the dangles are different. The bow on the clip is different. And I think some of the pages will even be different. The only thing in common is the cover and the bows. Well, you know what? They're pretty much the same. As I said earlier, they're all pretty much the same. But I love that cute little snowman. So I was lucky that I have two of those. And then the back covers are different, and I'll show you the cover on the one I just flipped through. Just a different color. Oh my gosh, I love these so much, you guys. They are so much fun to make. And what was most fun about making these junk journals is that I didn't stick to any specific color. So if you notice, there is a lot of color. A lot of color. There are vibrant colors, there, primary colors, and then there's pastel colors, and there are some vintage papers in there. A lot going on, and that I think is what was the most fun. Because this is how I actually build my own personal junk journal. With whatever makes me happy, whatever I am feeling at the moment, that is, that's how I like my Christmas junk journals. And so this mimics my very own personal style, just kind of all over the place in color. And I've mentioned before how I am not afraid of color. And I love for my junk journals to be vibrant and happy. Look at this one. That came from like a happy birthday paper pad. Showing you how this one, that one has a little snowman charm on it. Super cute. That snowflake tag is also from the Dollar Tree. Oh, that is missing a ribbon. I need to have a meeting with quality control. They're slacking. So I'm just going to quickly grab some trim. And I have extras on my desk just in case this happened. So I'm glad I caught it. Now I added this one here. I don't know how I feel about it. So I may or may not change it. It'll grow. I like it. I don't know how I feel about it though. We'll see. We'll see. Everything that I add in the junk journals, you guys, I have to absolutely love. I mean, I have to love it. If I don't love it, I'm not going to use it. Because as I'm flipping through every single page, I want it to make me feel good. And I want it to bring me joy and happiness. Every single page needs to do that. And every single detail and element. And if it doesn't, I will change it until it does. The junk journals, if you noticed, the signatures, let me rewind. I'm getting way ahead of myself. The doilies in the junk journals. One of them is white and the second one is coffee dyed. I don't know if you've noticed that. And so doing some quality control here, I missed a star sticker on the little Christmas tree. So I think no matter how many times I flip through these, I will tend to miss something here and there. That paper with the Christmas trees is from a paper pad that I just purchased from Hobby Lobby. I think that was, and I showed you the paper pad in the little gingerbread Christmas house videos. And that is the only paper pad that I have purchased. That one, and well, that was my most recent purchase. And then I also purchased a 4x6 paper pad. And that one also came from Hobby Lobby. I couldn't remember because I've purchased some from Joann's and also from Hobby Lobby, and I couldn't remember. I can't remember sometimes where this stuff comes from. There is a top tuck. I don't use top tucks. Say that 10 times really fast. Very often. But that one I just stuck up there. And I remember not to completely glue it all down because I have done that in the past and then I forget that I want to make it a tuck. But I remembered this time, so. I love those cute little clusters. It's fun because it's junk. It was packaging and ends of pages and, little bits of paper and fabric. But once grouped together and stitched, it looks beautiful. That 4x6 scrapbooking paper comes from a 4x6 Christmas pad that I purchased at Hobby Lobby. And I used some of those in the recent Christmas junk journals that I made. I didn't mention that tuck there is made from a Stampin' Up! Die called Note, N-O-T-E. And I've had that one for a very long time. It is one of my favorites, and I like to use it to create tucks. Here is another stocking, and I'm going to show you the pen that I use. This is Signa pen, white pen, love it. It is my favorite. And I just doodled some snowflakes on there and then added a Tim Holtz sticker word. Adding a little paper so that you know that it is a tuck and that has not been completely sealed. Oh, it is so beautiful. I love it so much. So that was junk journal number 3. This is junk journal number 4. And I've added some sequins snowflake there. And then a little dangle. That dangle came from Hobby Lobby. Have you guys been to Hobby Lobby? If you are familiar, they have this section that is called My Little Christmas. And it's all the little minis. Oh my gosh, so many cute things. And some of these I've had from last year. I clipped that garment pen to the bow so I can remember to add it to the paper clip that's holding the little gingerbread house because I forgot to add it there. But yes, My Little Christmas section at Hobby Lobby is so cute. So if you do mini decoration, they have a lot of great little options. And last year I bought several items from there and I didn't use a lot of them. But this year I remembered I had them. In fact, I had a box of things that I had purchased last year and I just came across it again. Things that I missed using in the other Christmas junk journals that I made. So I'm still finding stuff, you guys. I thought I was unpacked, but no. I actually went to my storage unit over Thanksgiving weekend and we went to the storage unit and because I was trying to empty it before the end of November. It didn't happen. I still have stuff in there. But I still had like 8 boxes, you guys, of craft stuff. Stamps, my mink, my foil machine, all of that stuff. More stamps, more paper. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm not done unpacking? Oh my gosh. Yes, more stuff, more stuff. Treasures. It's not just stuff. They are my treasures. My treasures. I had a great Thanksgiving, by the way. I mentioned that in my gingerbread video. Had a great time. I also mentioned to you guys that I ran a 5K Thanksgiving morning. That was fun. I want to keep running some more, but it is so cold. It is freezing right now, so there is no way I'm going and I'm running in the mornings. I will run if it's 20 degrees but sunny, but not if it's 20 degrees, windy, and icy. I'm not going outside. And I won't, and I've noticed that I won't even go to the gym because I don't want to drive. Because I would have to do it in the morning, and I don't want to do it in the morning. It's freezing. So I haven't ran in a week. Oh my gosh. Because it's been icy, cold, and snowing. I love it. But I can't wait for the weather to clear up just a little bit, or maybe we can get some cold, sunny days. I don't mind running in cold, sunny days. So fingers crossed it gets a little bit better, because I don't want to lose the momentum. Another little rosette snowflake, again on the very front cover of the second signature in every journal. DIY gift embellishment. Those were so easy. Take your scraps, cut them into different size squares, and add a little bow. Add some ribbon or washi tape, and now you've got your own little present embellishment. Lots of die cuts in this journal as well. I'm trying to use a lot more of the die cuts that I have in my stash, because I purchase them and then I forget to use them. And so I am trying to build my own ephemera with all of the dies that I have. That little ruffle was made from some fabric that my sister gifted. Oh, I did another upper tuck here. That's a lot easier to say, upper tuck, instead of top tuck. Upper tuck. This paper is beautiful, you guys. This paper came from a paper pad called Mariposa from Joann's. My favorite paper pad in the world. And I only bought one. And I've used a lot of the papers that came in that pad. Fingers crossed. I am hoping that as soon as I get a chance to go to Joann's, that they will still have that pad there for me to purchase. It is called Mariposa, which means butterfly. More vellum sentiment cards that are super cute. And this is the envelope that my sister shared with me. She actually shared an entire package with me, the ones that she picked up at the yard sale. I didn't go to a single yard sale this year. Oh, look. I'm telling you, that gal in quality control, she's not doing her job. We're going to have a serious talk. Okay, so I missed adding the vellum envelope with the note card. So let's just do it right now. And I am going to use that new glue that I was talking about. It is called Crafter's Pick. And that is a pretty large bottle. What is that, maybe 8 or 10 ounces? It's a good size. And this glue was only $5.99 compared to Fabri-Tac, which is like $12 or $13. And so I thought, because of the price, I thought I'm going to give this one a try. And it works so nice. It is tacky, but it's tacky, but not quite like tacky glue. And it is strong. It is meant to glue onto plastic, metal, glass, fabric, paper, name it. It'll hold the stuff down. And I have been using it now for a couple weeks, and I've used it on metal embellishments and plastic and vellum, and it works great, and it dries clear. I also used it to glue the metal appliques, the corners on some of the junk journals, and they are stuck on there. So I'm very pleased with this glue. If you've used it, let me know what you think. And what are you using it for? But it was new to me. I've never even heard about it. But it was right next to the Fabri-Tac. So I was like, Okay, Fabri-Tac $12 or this brand new glue I've never used in my life for $5.99. I'm willing to take the chance for $5.99. And I'm glad I did. The only thing, now I have used it on fabric, but if you use it on fabric, you have to spread it out thin. Otherwise, it's going to seep through and it stays kind of sticky. So maybe don't use it on fabric. Unless it's really thick fabric and it's not going to seep through the top. Unlike Fabri-Tac, which if you use it on fabric, it's, well, you know, it's Fabri-Tac. It's great on fabric. So I'm still discovering, I'm still working with it. So maybe don't use for fabric. So pressing it down, and I'm going to hold it down with some clips to make sure that it sticks down. And I'll go back and I'll check it later to make sure it's completely sealed down. But that glue grabs fairly quickly. And then I added my little DIY Christmas tree triangles with their little stars. My favorite clips to use are clothespins, you guys. They are inexpensive and they get the job done. They hold things in place. They keep your book pages open. And it's like having a few extra hands. And you can get a bunch of these. How many? I don't know, like, how many do you think come in a package? 40? And they're at Dollar Tree for $1.25. Not bad. I'm pretty sure they're inexpensive everywhere else, but it's a good buy. Is this junk journal number 5? I think it is. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. With the different kind of dangle. This one says Noel. The front cover reads Joy. Notice how I didn't do much to those covers. They didn't need it. I do like embellishing the covers, but these, they were fine just the way they are. Wrapped them with the same Christmas tree. This ribbon I've had, I think 2 years, 1 or 2 years. And I was afraid I was out of, in fact, I was out of ribbon. I was stressing out a little bit because I didn't know what ribbon I was going to wrap around these journals. And as I was, moving those boxes, I discovered I still had a few more rolls of this, of Christmas ribbon. So that was a nice little find. It was a nice surprise. Flipping through the pages, just so you could see what the components are. Very similar to the others. The matching game card will be different. I only have one of each. They all have the little door with a cute little gem doorknob. Let me know which one you like the most. What cover is your favorite? And I may or may not post a lot of pictures on Etsy when I get these listed on Saturday morning, because I can do up to 10 pictures for each listing. That's 50 pictures. And because I am limited on time, I may not do all 10 pictures for each listing. So if you see the listing, I am probably going to include in the notes to watch this video. I think that's what I'll do. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, look, I missed a little ribbon on, or a little trim on this paper clip. So I just reached for some of this bright eyelash trim. I went looking for gold eyelash trim recently. And I've been to a lot of different stores and I can't find any. I'm a in-store shopper. I have my favorite online store, which is Simon Says Stamp. Most of my craft supplies, like my Tim Holtz stuff, comes from Simon Says Stamp. And when they don't have what I'm looking for, I usually go over to scrapbook.com. But I prefer going in a store to look for things. And so that's my first, Tim Holtz, Hobby Lobby and Joann's and Michael's, they're limited with the Tim Holtz stuff. So that's why I buy all of his stuff online. But when it comes to adhesives and fabrics and trims and things, I like to go into the stores to purchase them. And then when I have exhausted all of my resources, then I go online. And so I think I'm going to have to go online and look for some gold eyelash trim. And I'm kind of fixated on it because I was at my sister's house earlier this year and she had a small strand of gold eyelash trim and I loved it. I loved the way it looked and I was like, where did you get this? She says, I don't know. It was just a little piece of it. I'm like, I have to go find some. So I have to find some. I am on a mission to find me some gold eyelash trim. I put this little cluster in front of this pocket. And so I just now remembered that I left it open at the top to use as a tuck spot. And so I just put that little note card in there, but I will go back and maybe change it to something a little more decorative. The cards that are placed in all of these side tucks are cards that I have had from a kit that I have had for many years. And they're all different in each of the journals. Remember to stick around because I am going to show you how I fold the Regency style letter. And I'll show you how I do that. Have you guys ever made the faux wax seals from your glue gun? I don't have like regular wax or a little melting pot with the spoon to melt it. So I use my glue gun and then I've used acrylic paint to paint it and also the wax to burnish it. I did add a wax pot with some wax on my Christmas list, so maybe Santa will bring me some wax this Christmas. Look at how beautiful all of these cute snowmen and all of the journal covers look. Absolutely gorgeous. Remember, they will be listed on my Etsy shop on Saturday, December 10th, sometime in the morning. I don't know what time yet, but it will be in the morning, maybe 8 or 9 in the morning. I will include that information in the description area below as soon as I figure out a time. Okay, so I took some of this snowflake paper that my sister gifted me, folded in half, and now I'm going to fold the halves in, just like this. And this is called a Regency fold. And I came across this fold from Victoria Designs, and it is a video that is about 5 years old. Because I went searching for origami letter folding, and then I came across this one, and I love it. And it is inspired from Jane Austen. Yes, I love Jane Austen. And we just tuck in the top. If this were a private letter, the wax seal would seal it completely. But I used my faux wax seal and I only sealed it, added a little drop of glue on the top half of that top flap. And I'm going to do it again here. So I'm reaching over for my glue gun and also for my faux wax seal. Again, if you want it to be private, then you seal the entire thing. That way you know the recipient is the only one that is to open it. So just a little drop of glue at the top. And it just gives the appearance that it is completely sealed. But it is open. And voila, there it is. A little Jane Austen Regency letter. I love it. You guys, thank you so much for being here with me today. I appreciate you so much. You guys be well. And I will see you next time when I get ready to do and finish the other journals. You guys take care. Bye.